Words, English words, are full of echoes, memories, associations. They've been out and about on people's lips, in their houses, in the streets, in the fields, for so many centuries. And that is one of the chief difficulties in writing today.
I discovered Virginia Woolf during my late teen years when I was on the verge of rediscovering who I was and who I wanted to be, thus leaned into these literary geniuses in the hopes of becoming one. That's when I kind of read her book, which was called A Room of One's Own, and I was immediately hooked by her writing style. Now, Virginia uses stream of consciousness writing technique, which in definition is a writing style that tries to capture the natural flow of characters extended through process, often by incorporating sensory impressions, incomplete ideas, unusual syntax, and rough grammar. Now, in simple words, stream of consciousness writing technique allows the readers to kind of take a peek into the writer's mind. And the technique often involves the use of language in unconventional ways. So when I first came across her writing, I just felt it was so different from what I was used to reading, and so I just thought that she must be a genius, and I was immediately impressed. She was one of the very few women during her time who wrote and who was a successful writer, and so I admired her for that reason. Apart from that, I also felt like she and I shared a lot of similar personality traits. Now, I'm not saying that I'm like kind of Virginia Woolf and I have all this good writing abilities that she does. I mean, I'm nowhere close to her, but I'm just saying the fact that I always assumed her to be this lone wolf kind of a person, a wallflower who spends a lot of time by herself and writes all these amazing articles and stories. The way that she articulated her thoughts into words was kind of very amusing to me. So I love her for a lot of reasons. So recently I've been looking into these videos on YouTube where like a lot of people try routines and daily habits of all these successful artists and writers and people. So I was just thinking to myself, why don't I just try one for myself and see how that works? So I've been stagnant in terms of writing for a while now. It's been such a long time. I don't remember like when I was fully invested and just writing and not writing for like work reasons. I feel terrible for that. I don't even spend that much time writing my journal. So I was like, you know what, I need some discipline in my life, and that's why I kind of started this, this whole thing. So Virginia Woolf was my top choice immediately because I loved her writing. I just felt like we had a lot of commonalities. Virginia Woolf, she would wake up every morning and then followed by her morning routine, which is like she would take a shower, bath, and then have her morning breakfast with her husband Leonard, and then write for about 2.5 hours. Now, everything was fine up until writing for about 2.5 hours. I don't know about that. I mean, I love the whole morning routine because I have one myself and I think it is very similar to hers. So after breakfast, after morning bath, from 9:30 to 12 p.m., she spent her time writing fiction or reviews. I don't think I can do this on a regular day, so maybe this is something to do on a weekend because that's when you usually have free time. And afternoons, she went and spent time just walking outside, and she would then drink tea. And then after that, she would come back and write her diaries and her letters and a lot of writing. As I said earlier, I assumed her to be this lone wolf kind of person who spent a lot of time by herself, but turns out she was actually a social person. She liked socializing with her friends and family and get together with people. And I think that she and I might have been the same person. Like, if you believe in past lives, I might have been Virginia Woolf in my past life, because she mentions, get this, in her words, how great writers write at night. I don't know. I mean, she tells that she cannot write during the nighttime. Thank you. I mean, I am a person who doesn't work well in the night. My brain is not active in the night. It just turns off. Nighttime is sleep time. I just cannot work or study or read. I'll just doze off. Usually I'm not a nocturnal person, and so wasn't Virginia, which is awesome, because this is one thing about like trying to follow someone else's routine. I was worried about, because I've seen a lot of these videos, and a lot of these artists and writers and creatives have like crazy routines, and most of them are nocturnal. They work at night. So I was very worried that I would have to push myself during the night. Virginia Woolf suffered from a lot of mental health issues, and it's kind of transparent in her writings. If you have read any of her work, it's very visible in her characters. Like Mrs. Dalloway is one of the examples where you can see that characters have some streak of bipolar disorder, if you will, and she suffered from a lot of mental breakdowns once in a while. So she mentions that not having a routine would kind of throw her off and would, you know, take her away from that creative process. So that's the main reason why she maintained the, you know, routine of a stockbroker. That's what's been mentioned in some articles about her. So it's very interesting to find. On a normal work day, I don't think this is possible, because this seems like a rather luxurious routine for a writer, you know what I mean? I mean, I've seen so many videos throughout YouTube, and most of them have very rigorous and crazy, bizarre like routines. It was very surprising to find that Virginia Woolf would have the simplest of, you know, and the most luxurious writing routine, and still be able to do the work that she did. So I'm excited. I mean, I'm excited to try this one out. Tomorrow's weekend, so I have plenty of time to practice this, and I don't have to fret about my routine or any other thing, so that would be perfect. I'm actually very excited. Okay, I'm gonna document this whole thing and see what comes out of it. Good morning. The day when I practice Virginia Woolf's routine. Let's get going. So normally I would just eat a protein bar, that's it. These days I'm just not making any breakfast, which is I'm not super proud of, but then again, I mean, I don't feel like eating anything this morning. So today, because just for the sake of the video, and because Virginia would have had a full breakfast, I bet, an English breakfast, which I really don't like, I'm just gonna make myself something which is like a little bit of morning baked oat sort of thing. Oh gosh. So I'm having breakfast right now, and after this I'm probably gonna go shower, because she would take a bath, but I'm not gonna take a bath. And then from 9:30 to 12 I'm going to be writing, and I'm super excited how that will go, so we'll see. Hi, I am here. I am going to begin my writing routine based on Virginia's schedule. So she would write for about 2 hours, usually starting at 9:30 till 12 p.m. So that's what I'm going to try to do today. I do not know if I'll be able to sit through 9:30 to 12. Like, it seems impossible to me, but I mean I can still try and see, and I'm going to try to be persistent. I'm going to try to persist through this process. Okay, so my writing schedule is over. I had a little light lunch and I'm gonna go for not a walk, but I'm gonna go to the gym and use the treadmill instead because it's really hot outside. The sun is blazing hot right now, so I cannot go outside in the hot sun and take a walk. So I'm just gonna go and just walk on the treadmill. That is, I mean, it's the same thing. It's kind of like you're on the treadmill, but you're still walking. So I think the whole purpose of her going for a walk is kind of like a distraction, and also maybe sort of like, you know, just getting away and coming back to your writings and stuff like that gives you a fresh perspective. So maybe it was a way to kind of take a break, and you know, that's the whole point, I think. So that's what I'm gonna try to do. I don't know how long the walk was, but I'll be there for an hour because I might as well just get my workout. I know it's like a little bit customization as to her routine, but she lived in the 20th century, guys. It's a way different time. And as much I try to apply that, I think it's gonna be a little bit tough. But having said that, I'm still keeping the spirit alive. I'm gonna come back and review what I wrote. I do not know what I wrote. I have no idea. It just seems like I wrote some crazy dream that I had today and I just build upon that. So that's the story that I wrote. We'll see how that has turned out. I haven't had time to really read through it, but I guess that's what we're gonna do when we come back. And also have a tea, afternoon tea. Oh, hi. I totally didn't realize that you were watching me. I am done with walking, and I'm quoting walking because, I mean, I didn't really walk. I didn't go out for a walk. I went to the gym and I walked in the treadmill. I think it's pretty much the same thing. I didn't go out because it was blazing hot outside, and so I didn't want to burn myself. Anyways, I got my walk and now I'm back for my afternoon tea. Well, actually, I'm not a tea person. I did not have any tea. The tea that I have is right now is green tea, so I'm drinking green tea. And kind of going back to what she would do, what Virginia would do. So she would basically just go back, revise some of her work, and also write diary and letters. Now, I do have a journal, but I don't write there as often, as I said already. So I'm gonna try handwriting that, but before that happens, I'm gonna review what I wrote during the time when I was writing this morning. I know that I wrote some crazy stuff there. I don't even know what I wrote, so I'm just gonna go back and review. Getting back to business. I think from that whole experience, I know that, you know, one day of that experience isn't enough to kind of, you know, tell if it was like good or bad, but I can say what the key points were from that whole thing. So I think just having a morning routine is something that I've always done, and I don't think that I had any new insights just following her routine, because it was pretty similar to mine, going straight to work. That was the most important part and the most exciting part to kind of witness, because I kid you not, when I was like in the writing process and when I was actually going to write for like 2 hours, it did not feel like it was 2 hours. For the first 10 minutes, I was actually struggling to stay still, and I was like, okay, why is the time going so slow? It's just been an hour since I started writing. Kind of impatient at the beginning, but I think once I started writing and I got into the flow of it, and I just stopped looking at time altogether, and I was kind of focused on my writing. So that really helped me. I was trying to write fiction again, and this was like based on, you know, what a dream that I saw, which was kind of bizarre. And so I just decided to just take that as a plot and build on it. So that's what I did during the time. And so I was kind of going back to the writing that I did earlier and looking at it. And so I did find some things like some grammatical errors here or there. I was kind of fixing that, but I felt like the writing was really good. Like it could really be like a, you know, screenplay or something, you know. I just felt it was good. So I was like, I didn't realize that I still had that fiction in me, because I used to do a lot of fiction back in the time, and I just left it somewhere. And I was surprised to find that it's still in me. The stories are still in me, the characters are still in me. So it was really exciting. This would be a good exercise if you're trying to like get some writing done, some creative writing done, because her work involves, her day involves so much of writing that it actually like allows you enough room for, you know, just going through the process of thinking through the ideas and getting straight to work. Like you don't have time to just, you know, procrastinate or just postpone your writing ideas, and just get to work straight up. So I think that was very remarkable in terms of, you know, trying to write, and very beneficial, I would say. It was like that day itself, I just felt like so productive in so many ways, because I was writing, but it also felt luxurious in a way, because I was like, okay, I spent 2 hours trying to write this thing. I didn't do any other errands. I don't know when she would do other errands, or if she didn't have any other errands at all. I don't know. But I just felt like it was like so luxurious. Like she's not applicable in case when you're working or you have so much other stuff to do, but definitely helps when you're just trying to write. You don't have anything else to do. You don't have to work. In situations like that, yes, I think this routine would be a super hit routine. This is my first time trying someone else's routine and applying it, so it was really interesting. I think I would do more of this in the future, because it kind of forced me to just sit down and really think and not procrastinate, because I've been trying to write for such a long time. I just keep saying like, today is the day when I write. I haven't written in such a long time now, and so it just left no room for me to procrastinate. Say like, you know what, maybe today I just don't have it in me. Maybe today I won't force myself. It'll come when it has to come. Yes, but sometimes you just need to sit down with yourself, your mind, your ideas, and push yourself to do it, because sometimes the ideas won't just come to you, you know, you just have to dig in deeper. And that was my overall experience. I would definitely recommend someone, if you're like, if you really have enough time, maybe you try this out during a weekend or so. I think it would be really helpful. Was it worth it? Yes, it was, because there came a good article out of it. Well, I'm not gonna read the whole thing, but I might like just read a little bit, just to give you a little sneak peek of what I had written. Starts like, this is the starting part. People are indistinctively chattering as the slow jazz in the background flirts with the ambience that creates a magical atmosphere for all the customers at a fancy restaurant serving sherry and champagne over a wide range of platters to select from. Everyone is dressed in their best, wearing shiny and silky textured dresses, speaking with lust-like emotion in their eyes, smiling and glancing over the tables, and taking a sip of the expensive wine served by the waiters and waitresses dressed in black, looking like some characters from a Hollywood detective movie, too dressed up to be servers. This is the first part of it. I think it's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. And I did not go back and like do a lot of editing. I just fixed grammatical errors here and there, but this is basically it. Like I was like, yeah, this is good. I can see it going somewhere. There's more. I'm not definitely gonna not read the whole thing because it's a little bit longer, but I think it came out really good. So I'm really proud of it. I've not done fiction in years, and I hope to finish this someday, because I don't know what happens after that. I hope that you guys like this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you did, and I hope to do more of routines from creatives like this and see how that applies to my life and if that makes me a better person at all. So I'm kind of excited to do this series, and I hope that you guys stick through it and also share it more, and please subscribe if you haven't. If you stumbled upon this video, I'm seeing that a lot of new people are coming to my videos. which is very exciting. So please subscribe. As you can see, I do not have a lot of subscribers. Subscribe and share the video, and have a good day, good night, or good morning, whenever or wherever you are watching this from. Until then, ciao. Back to talk about what my Virginia Woolf schedule looked like. What my Virginia Woolf schedule applying looked like. Clearly English is not my first language.